Good morning, everyone. Thank you for coming. We are here today to talk about SB 1249, the California Cruelty-Free Cosmetics Act. I am Judy Mancuso with Social Compassion in Legislation. And simply what SB 1249 would do is prohibit the sale of cosmetic and personal hygiene products that have been tested on animals to be sold in the state of California. So first with us today, we are honored to have our brand new co-author on the bill, Ash Kaura from San Jose. Thank you.
Well, good morning, everyone. It's an honor to be here to stand with folks that really care about the welfare of animals. And, you know, when you think about all the things that we do as a legislature, sometimes we forget that even as a progressive state, there's still a long way for us to go in terms of protecting animals. And, you know, everyone, particularly if you think about cosmetics and the cosmetics industry, it's come a long way. And I think there are so many options when it comes to cruelty-free cosmetics. And when people use cosmetics, they want to feel good, they want to look good. And I don't think you can do that if you know that the products that you're using were tested on animals. It just doesn't make sense. And so California, a long time ago, banned testing in California. But now we've become the 5th largest economy in the world. We are bringing in, whether it's through online sales or through manufacturers around the world, products of all kinds, particularly in the cosmetic industry, as it is an international industry. So this bill is so critical to make sure that the products that are being sold in our state are cruelty-free, that we are continuing our path, forging a progressive nation forward, with California leading it. I think California needs to be the model for the rest of the nation. We need to be working with the EU in making sure that we have cruelty-free legislation in place. And I think when it comes to cosmetics, this really is a no-brainer. This is an easy way for us to promote healthy, cruelty-free cosmetics in a way that makes sense for our economy, makes sense for our bodies, and makes sense certainly for the animals to protect them. I want to give a huge thank you to Senator Galgiani, who's been an extraordinary leader on this. Yeah. We need to thank the senator for really being a leader on this. And I am honored to be able to join today, to announce today that I would be happy to join as a co-author, to join not just Senator Galgiani, but this group behind me and really thousands of people around the state that have been chiming in on this issue, telling California that enough is enough. We must end cruelty-free cosmetics in our state. I know that we're going to make it happen. I know with this team behind me, I know with the leadership of Senator Galgiani and those that have compassion in their hearts that we're going to make it happen. So thank you all so much.
All right, thank you. And next, we would like to ask Kristen Bauer Van Straten, actress, True Blood, and Once Upon a Time, to now speak. Thank you.
Good morning, and thank you for your time. Thank you for being here. As an actress, every makeup chair that I sit in, I try to make sure that the cosmetics being used on me were not tested on animals. But the burden is on us. It is on the consumer. And it shouldn't be that way. And it isn't that way in the EU and many other countries. It should be that we can just trust that our mascara and shampoo and soaps are being tested using human relevant models, not on bunnies and mice. Because humans are different than bunnies and mice. I don't think I've ever met any consumer who wanted bunnies to suffer unnecessarily. And it is just no longer necessary. SB 1249 would make cosmetics safer for all of us, safer for humans, and would save thousands, countless lives. It's time, California, and thank you so much for your time and attention.
Thank you, Kristen. Next is Hillary Pickles, the Communications Liaison for Lush Cosmetics.
Good morning. My name is Hillary Pickles, and I am here today representing Lush Cosmetics Incorporated, our United States retail business, and Lush Handmade Cosmetics Limited, our Canadian retail and manufacturing businesses. Selling and manufacturing cruelty-free cosmetics and transparency into our supply chain have been core values since the inception of Lush in North America more than 20 years ago. And those values have allowed us to grow our company exponentially over the last 2 decades. At Lush, we wrote our non-animal company testing policy to exclude suppliers not just testing on animals for cosmetics purposes, but testing for any purpose. Our policy also excludes animal testing carried out anywhere in the world to eliminate the danger of offshore testing. We don't want to be on the wrong side of history with this issue. Lush is happy to support SB 1249, the California Cruelty-Free Cosmetics Act. Thank you.
Thank you, Hillary. Senator Galgiani could not be with us this morning. She is in committee. Next, we have Elizabeth Baker from the Physicians Committee for Responsible Medicine, our co-sponsor on the bill. She is the Regulatory Policy Director.
Thank you. Good morning. Fortunately today, many robust and effective human-relevant non-animal test methods exist for assessing the safety of cosmetic products and ingredients without harming animals. These methods are more predictive for humans because they use human biology to predict human outcomes. Because non-human animals often react to substances and chemicals differently than we do, these animal tests are often not predictive for humans. It's time to put our best science forward and give Californians what they're really asking for, a truly cruelty-free cosmetics marketplace. We're hopeful that legislators are listening. Thank you.
Next up is Katie Cleary. She is the founder and president of Peace for Animals and World Animal News.
Thank you so much for being here. Today is critically important to save the lives of hundreds of thousands of animals every year that get tortured for vanity and fashion. I grew up in the entertainment business on the TV show America's Next Top Model and Deal or No Deal, and I always strived to ask everybody that was doing hair and makeup on all the girls to go cruelty-free and always look for the leaping bunny. And if it does not say cruelty-free, they usually test on animals. So I urge California to take a step in the right direction, urge a cruelty-free future for the world, not just California. Considering we are the 5th largest economy in the world, this can change history, just like the EU did in Europe, and just like California will for the rest of the United States. Thank you so much. Please go cruelty-free.
Next is Simone Reyes, our vice president at Social Compassion and Legislation.
Sadly and shockingly, the United States allows animals to be held in restraints while being burned and shocked, poisoned, isolated, starved, drowned, and brain damaged, no matter how painful the experiments might be, and without any painkillers typically offered. Animals in laboratories live a life of deprivation and misery, isolation, and loneliness. When alternatives are available, the law does not require that they be used. Typically, animals see other animals being killed right before their eyes as they cower in fear, trembling, being dragged out of their prisons to be tortured. Then, when animals are deemed unuseful and no longer helpful to a cause that is all about bad science and dangerous experiments, they are thrown in the trash, where they typically suffocate slowly and painfully until they expire. California, this is not how it should be for animals. Please support the passage of SB 1249, and let's get cruelty-free in our states, because it's already in our hearts. Thank you.
Last to speak today, but not least, is Jane Velez Mitchell, journalist, New York Times best-selling author. Thank you.
Look at all these women behind me. They are all wearing cruelty-free cosmetics and beauty products. And don't they look gorgeous? Beauty is the opposite of cruelty. We should not use torture to achieve some kind of beauty that is only skin deep and is completely unnecessary, because you have the living proof right here. You do not need to torture, maim, and kill to be beautiful. This is the 21st century. This is history, as Katie Clary mentioned, because what happens in California spreads to the rest of the world. Any company that is fighting this is morally bankrupt. The time to wake up is now. We do not need to torture to have a good economy, to have beauty. What we should be aiming for is peace, serenity, and the beauty that is inside and out. Thank you so much.
That concludes our press conference. If there's any questions, we'd be happy to answer. Thank you very much for coming. Any questions? We're good?
Well, I have a question.
Yes, ma'am.
Who is fighting this, and why is it that you've been able to mobilize so many tens of thousands of Californians to call the members of the legislature to say, we want this bill passed?
Well, the industries that are opposing the bill, or some of the largest, it is the chemical industry, Procter & Gamble, Johnson & Johnson, Estee Lauder. So they're big companies that have been doing what they're doing for a very long time and just don't want to change, is what it seems to be. We have the committee received over 6,500 letters in support. There's more coming in every day. The phones have been ringing off the hook, and we've had a steady stream of celebrities come endorsing this, high-profile people from both sides of the aisle. And now we're all going to move to the committee room, where the bill will be taken up and voted on in the Assembly Judiciary Committee in room 437. So please join us now in room 437. Thank you.